Good morning, Year 6, and happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing really well, and I hope you enjoyed today's learning. So today is the same format as yesterday and Monday, just slightly different activities. Okay, so today's warm-up task is a film review. You need to think of a film that you've enjoyed recently. Maybe your favourite film or one that you watched the other day. It's been raining last week, so maybe you had a good film day hidden in from the weather. So think about a good film. And then what I would like you to do is think what you can tell. Think how you can tell what the story is, but without spoiling it. So you can't add any spoilers in. If there's any good twists and turns, you can't use them in explaining what the story is. Can you explain about the characters and the actors who played the parts? And can you say what you think about the film? You can write this down or you can talk it through with somebody at home. Today's reading, we are on chapter 10 of Wolf Brother. Just a reminder that the text is as a separate PDF online. You can find that on the Year 6 home learning page as part of the Redbook website. So like I have said yesterday, at the start of the day, you've organised, you've started off, you set yourself a time limit for each activity. This is suggested ones on the day overview, but hopefully you will have now spoken to your parents or adults at home and decided what is a good time for each activity. So if you're reading along with us, then we're starting from chapter 10. If you're reading ahead or a little bit behind, that's absolutely fine. Sit down and read for that amount of time. If you have any extra time, have a look at these questions here. The answers are on the Padlet page. If you don't have time for the questions, don't worry, we're reading to enjoy the book. Okay, it's TT Rockstar time. So 20 minutes for TT Rockstar games. I'm really impressed so far at who has been playing and the speeds they've reached, so well done if you've been logging on. If you're unable to access TT Rockstars, I've got some fluency questions for you on the next page. And if you need a new password, please drop an email to year6@redbrookhayes.stefs.sch.uk and I will send you your password out. Here are the fluency questions for today. So if you pause the video and complete them in your book and use a calculator to check your answers. Okie dokie, so if you haven't watched the previous two videos this week, maths is a little bit different. You need to log on to khanacademy.org and put in this code here. If you've already logged on and set up an account, you can pause this video here and go straight to Khan Academy and I will have set up an activity for you to do today. If you haven't already set up an account, there are some instructions coming up on the next slide, or you can go to Monday's video and have a look at that on how to set it up. And on the day you set it up, I won't have been able to set you a task because I can only set tasks once you have set up an account. So it's a free choice of one activity on there for today. So when you go to that website, it will take you to a screen that looks like this. You simply need to click on Learners, and it will then bring up this screen. So you're joining Khan Academy as a learner, and don't worry about this bit. You just need to click this button here, enter a class code. So from there, you need to add our class code, which is there, and then you need to click on the button add. At this point, you need to check it says this. So our screen should say then Miss Tucker's Year 6 class. If it doesn't say that, you've entered the wrong code. So you need to remove that code and try again. If it does say Miss Tucker's class, then you can go ahead and click on create a new account. So when you're on create a new account, you can continue with Google, but it's actually so much easier to just sign up by choosing a username. This way you don't have to enter an email, so you don't get loads of spam coming through your email inbox, and it's nice and quick and easy. So if you're signing up with a username, you just need to choose a username. It does say on here, don't use your real name. So if your name is, I don't know, Sebastian Smith, don't use Sebastian Smith because that's your full name and you're putting it out on the internet. Think again, like we said, you know, when we talk about internet safety, don't spread your full name everywhere. But I would like you to try and use either one of your nicknames or something so I know it's you, so I know who's who. If you've used a completely obscure name, that's absolutely fine. Might just be helpful though to drop me an email to year6@redbrookhayes.staffs.sch.uk and let me know what your username is so I know who's who when I'm looking at them. Because otherwise, if your name is, I don't know, SpongeBob SquarePants as your username, love it, brilliant. But if somebody's really struggling with something, I can't offer them extra help then because I don't know who I need to email or get in contact with. So just let me know. If it's a really obscure name, just let me know your username. Then you need to create yourself a password, a nice safe password that's just yours, and don't give it to anybody else. Maybe your parents, in case you're like me and you lose it, forget it, but don't send it amongst the rest of the class or to anybody outside of our class. So from there, it brings you into this screen and you need to click on, if it doesn't bring this little pop-up box up straight immediately, you do need to click on courses. And when you're on courses, you need to select, just put a line through it, grade 6 or year 6, okay? And then click continue. And from there, you need to select the arithmetic box. There are other ones as well if you want to add on to those, but we'll just be going through the arithmetic, and if you would like to, select the grammar box. Now, if you want to go on and use this scroll bar to see what else is available, you can do. These are all courses that are completely free. So when you've selected your courses, you then click continue with 2 courses, or however many you've got. And that then will bring you up to this. So for the first day, I can't set any work to anybody because I haven't got any students. So on your first day of logging in, I can't set you a task. So your first task on the first day is to choose one. So maybe start with something nice and simple like addition and subtraction. And that takes you through a course. So set yourself a time limit. Get your phone or your tablet or, I don't know, an egg timer of 45 minutes or an hour, or do half an hour now and then half an hour later. Set yourself a time limit and work through these lessons. They give you videos and explanations, then a few practice questions, and then a little mini test to test your skills at the end. So take your time, go through. They're really, really helpful. And like I said, they're a great tool to have in your belt when you're going up to high school and you need a bit of extra time or want to give yourself a bit of extra learning. It's a really, really good website. So today's learning is to choose one lesson and have a go at one, or to have a go at 45 minutes worth of a lesson. And then from then on, I can then set you tasks on a daily basis that you will find in your account under this teachers bit. So I hope that was informative and I hope that makes sense. Let me know how you get on. Okie dokie, before we start today's spelling practice, can you remember how to spell muscle? Can you remember how to spell courage? And can you remember how to spell continuously? Have a look back at yesterday's practice to see if you got them right. Now it's time for 15 minutes of spelling practice. You've got disagreement, pyramid and excellent. Have a go at practicing these spellings. When you think you've got them, use them all in one sentence in your book, and then ask somebody to test you on them and see how well you do. Good luck. Okay, year 6. Today's writing task is a bit of a persuasive piece. I would like you to imagine that you are a scientist and you've been able to bottle a superpower. You've managed to create a magical potion that if the person drinks it, they will gain a special superpower. What superpower would you give? What would you want to bottle? Invisibility, telekinesis, like moving things with your mind, the ability to fly. I don't know what I'd choose. Now imagine that you're going to sell your potion. How would you advertise your superpower potion? Your job is to write a persuasive text encouraging people to buy your superpower potion. Just a thought. If you're really good at video editing, you could write out a persuasive script and then create your own video advertisement. You can do this on PowerPoint if you've got that, or if you've got fancy things like Movie Maker or iMovie, you could do it like that, and you can get text flying in and everything. It could be a really big project. Let's see what you do. Persuade me, year 6, to buy your superpower potions. Okay, today's transition activity is your new school uniform. So at the moment, most schools, if not all, I think, have contacted either yourselves or your parents. And what I'd like you to do is think about what you're going to be wearing, because obviously our Redbrook uniform is just for Redbrook. So when you move to high school, you'll have a slightly fancier, cool outfit to wear to school. So if you don't know already, a good place to find out is Google, just simply Googling the name of your high school, and you can find their uniform. And then what I'd like you to do is create a really detailed and annotated drawing of your school uniform. So there's 2 boxes there, because there might be one for normal lessons, there might be one for PE, or they might not have a PE uniform, so you might want to do a front and back, I don't know. But yeah, have a think. What will you be wearing to your new school uniform? Draw a picture of you looking fabulous on your first day of school in your new uniform. Once you've done that, think really carefully about these sentences and complete them in your book. Have fun, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye, Year 6.